So Gravity 2.0 was one of the products that Google released a couple of days ago on the massive launch. They released 5 products, which was Antigravity 2.0. They released the Gemini 3.5 Flash, Gemini 3.5 Flash Pro, a CLI, an agents browser, and they also released a SDK, which are all technically separate products. And it just really depends on what you would like to use. However, if you're going to be looking at the 2.0, it has a couple of features. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going through the 2.0 and we're going to determine if it is a worth it product for you to add to your AI stack. So there's a couple new features. The dynamic agents are defined as agents that can work parallel on complex tasks. So if you're using the /goal, with the /goal, the sub-agents will be able to work alongside the main agents that you're using. It also has the ability to do scheduled tasks. This is pretty new. However, Claude Anthropic has had scheduled tasks for a little bit of time now. Codex has also had scheduled tasks. All it really is just a cron job and the ability to run these cron jobs autonomously. So once you set it, it's just going to run at a specific time every single day, very much dependent on your project or whatever you want to do. You also have artifacts, just like you have on Anthropic, like you have on Claude Code. And your Claude desktop artifacts are the creations that you have generated through your projects. And it also gives you extended customization to define skills such as MCPs, CLIs, and JSON hooks, etc. The usage limits were one of the biggest problems that they had. However, they have tripled it, and they tripled it again based on user reviews. So if you are hitting usage limits, it should be significantly better now, because it's up to 9 times what it was before when they did roll this out. It's a very easy download. So if you go to antigravity.google, just scroll down and you download for whatever PC that you have, whatever computer that you have, whatever chip. And one thing that is important for you to realize is that now you have 2. So the IDE, which has the black icon, and you have this new one, which is the 2.0. You have the scheduled tasks, you've got your conversation history, and you've got a new conversation. This is where you would be picking what project that you want to work on. And from here, you can determine what model that you want to be using. It is said that the Gemini 3.5 Flash is significantly faster at coding and has a better output for coding tasks. Based on my experience, if comparing it to Codex and comparing it to Claude, yes, it is significantly faster. So if we go to the 2.0, let's make it simple. Spin up some agents and do a deep research on the Gravity CLI and what would be best for an enterprise company and small mid businesses to use. So as you can see, it just runs everything through here, but I don't think it actually put out an agent. So is it running multiple agents or just one? Okay, so there you go. So now you can see it doing and running sub agents parallel in order to actually give you the output, which is cool. But unfortunately, you can't actually edit or you can't stop the agent while it's performing a task and reiterate. So I think if you're working on a massive project, the best path for you to actually take is to go for a /goal. And then once you go for a /goal, you give it a direction in which it would be able to direct all its resources to. So once you give it a goal, everything is going to be steered towards that /goal. So you can't stop it. You can't stop the agents, but you can't reprompt the agent and stop it in the middle. Okay. So I guess the reason of the massive changes in token limits is because running multiple parallel sub-agents would be very costly. Ideally, it would be able to do most things for you, including schedule tasks. So if you want to schedule a task, You just go through here, you change it, go in here, give it a prompt daily or whatever time you want it to do every single day or every single peak, whatever that you want to particularly use. So you've got the agent skills, you've got hooks. So if you want to do skills, you can just go /schedule, grill me. So what happens with grill me is it's going to ask you a variety of questions, refine what you actually want. We've got browser, which is going to use the Google Chrome browser, and schedule, which is going to go into the schedule, and goal/goal as well, a specified goal until a specified goal is completed. So all the customization primitives from the Gemini CLI now ship across all anti-gravity surface. So a sub-agent you build on the IDE is also going to work on the CLI, and it's also going to work on the desktop. If you want to see the code while the agents work, you would install the IDE, and you're a developer and you want oversight and you want to be able to make changes, be more certain with your code, and if you understand code. So if you're using the IDE, a lot of people have been using this for a while now. I was using this for a while now. However, just based on recent usage limits, it has made me reconsider, and I'm using Codex a lot more. Once you download it, you've got those two that it is important for you to keep an eye on and keep attention of. Like I said, you've got the one with the black icon and you've got the one with the white icon. I tend to think that it is a little bit overwhelming to have so many different products. So it is very important to pay attention to that, because one guy went viral for requesting or questioning where the terminal went. And I'm sure he's not alone. A lot of people would be asking this exact same question. So I just installed the 2.0. I didn't install the CLI, nor did I install the SDK, because I don't particularly use it to that extent anymore. So with the CLI, you've got the CLI, the IDE, and the SDK. So the IDE is the one with the black one. You've got the CLI. They're really easy to install. If you go to the CLI, you can just go install, and it'll give you your install instructions. So for Mac OS, which is what we have, you can just copy that, go into your terminal, and paste it if you want to use it here. And if you paste it, it'll download the CLI for you, and you can just get it started. It'll take a couple minutes to download, not too long. And the other option is you have the SDK, which is pretty similar. To download the SDK and to get the SDK going, it's the exact same procedure. Just copy that one and go into your terminal, and you just paste it into your terminal, and you'll have the SDK running. So we downloaded the CLI, so we should have the CLI in here now. So in order to start it, you go RG. And there you go. So once you have the CLI installed, you can pretty much just use it how you would use your Claude Code. So the setup is super simple. You can go doc, refer doc, and done. Yes, I trust this folder, and it should get going now. It might take a little bit right here. So there you go. Now you've got the CLI installed in your terminal, in your browser. The SDK, something super duper similar. The difference is what you're really using this for. Even though that the 2.0 is going to be the new flagship, because there's no code editor, there's no terminal. It's a clean window where you talk to agents and they bring you the work. Think of it like the ChatGPT, but with a ability to run code, edit files, and use browser sub-agents in the background. You don't see the code unless you ask for it. It's built for people who want results, not control, so it's simple. So this is the updated version of the original Antigravity. It's pretty much a code editor with agents bolted on top. You can see the files, you can edit them, and the agent works alongside you. It's pretty much Google's rebranded version of Cursor. The CLI, which is invoked with AGI, which we've already gone through, it's what is going to be replaced on June 18th. And a lot of people do tend to use this. This is using the 3.5 Flash, which is the new one. It's written in for speed. It lives in your terminal, and it's built for people who SSH into remote servers, automate script, and just love using the terminal. And the SDK, this is the type of the Python node library. This is what lets you embed Antigravity into your own product. So if you're building a SAS that needs an agent to research, write, execute code on behalf of your users, this is the surface that matters. You're not using Antigravity to build your app, you're putting Antigravity inside your app. The managed agents, this is the enterprise tier, so no local install at all. You make one API call to the Gemini API, and Google runs the agent for you in an isolated Linux sandbox on the infrastructure. So it's a persistent state across all sessions for when you want zero ops burden. If you just want the agents to do the work for you, you'd go through you'd install the Gravity 2.0, you're a product person and you're just a busy operator. The base model right now is the Gemini 3.5 Flash. Google's pitch is that the agent workflow flows speed beats raw intelligence. The Flash runs roughly 4 times faster than the frontier models. The default tells you everything about what Google thinks about agent workflows and what they actually need. So it's one mental model, 5 surfaces. However, giving you an honest opinion, where Antigravity wins is the SDK and the managed agents. These are surfaces that Claude Code and Cursor don't have. So if you're a founder building agents into your product, Gravity SDK is the cleanest option on the market right now. Where Antigravity loses is the desktop app is still rough around the edges. I tried running a few things in parallel and I burned through my quota in about an hour or less. And the browser sub-agents work, but it's slow and there's brand confusion. They shift 5 different products with the same name and they're overlapping. I was a massive advocate for Google. I thought that Google was going to dominate this space. So we'll just see what happens from here, because I wasn't a massive fan of this most recent release. So if you're a solo entrepreneur or you're a small DevOps currently running Claude Code or Cursor, I don't think it's worth the switch. That's just my personal opinion, because Claude, just having such an easy desktop app to use, and it's not 5 different products spread across everything. Download instructions and how to get this up and running in your workflow. The link will be in the description below. And if you want to go deeper, I've got a community where we'll build this stuff together, workflows, agent setups, and actual breakdowns. It's called Born Builders on school.com. It's free and the link is in the description. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video.